Master Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by InsideEdge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MasterMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MasterMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome into another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right. I'm Eli Moon, and we are back in the saddle here for another episode of Inside Edge Primetime. It is no longer Cavaliers postgame. We will not have Cavaliers postgame for, till about next May, April or May. We'll see, obviously, what they have in store. They have a lot to figure out. It seems like they've already answered some questions we had coming into today before the show, and so we'll dissect those and, of course, talk about where the Cavs go from here. We'll also talk maybe a little bit Western Conference if we get some time. If not, we'll address it tomorrow. They're in the midst of a pretty big series, the Spurs and Thunder. They are actually playing competitive basketball, and no team on either side has quit at any point. So that's an interesting series going on. And then, of course, we have the Guardians. Later on, we'll talk about them as it is officially baseball season. If you were wondering, when we're going to really dive into baseball, Chad and I have talked about it throughout the weeks. Now you're going to start getting more of a, we're going to try to bring you every night Guardians some sort of recap, even if it's for 10 minutes or so, and we just discuss what they did that day, because with baseball it's not always, hey, analyze the game and this is where it's make or break. It's 162 games, but we will provide you some storylines and discussion around those storylines with the Guardians and where they go as they head to their first World Series, hopefully since 2016. So that'd be exciting as well. And then, of course, Tuesday Top 5, Chad is back in the saddle. He told me, hey, listen, dude, I let you do one and I let you help me with a few. I'm doing this one. So Chad's got a very fun Tuesday Top 5. I don't really have any idea what it is. So we'll find out together here in the third segment. Stay tuned for all that. Of course, again, we'll leave with Cavs. But before we get into all that, it is a back to normal. And I'm a little sad, Chad. Yeah. But I'm happy to be back in the saddle. We kind of got the more creative juices flowing now. We don't have to talk about sadness all the time. We will here in a second. But besides all that, how are you doing this evening, my bro?
I'm doing great. Like, don't worry, we will get to the sadness, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yeah, I'm like you. I said today, I was like, I'm almost like a little relieved to be back to normal, just schedule wise, because I'm not always great with schedules, and sometimes I'll be like, wait, do I have the post game tonight? Are they even playing? Like, it'll be like 7:00. I'm like, hold on, I think tip off's in like an hour. And then obviously when the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference, that's a little easier because it's just every other night. But yeah. I'm doing good, man. Still trying to process everything that we saw over the last 4 games with the Knicks and just all the information that's coming out today that whatever. I mean, just trying to process everything and think, objectively, I guess, look at it from not look at it from a fan's point of view, but from the organization's point of view a little bit. I'm trying to understand, what the moves that they're making, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
Sure will. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Everything kind of running down the timeline here. I will say this: I got a grass story for you today, pal.
Okay.
You usually are the guy to talk about cutting your grass. Just a little on the lighter side before we get into things. I texted the group chat, or our daily show group text we have. It's myself, you, obviously, Double A, the program director of the Inside Edge Network, and host a midnight run. Which will again be with you midnight to 1. And just a quick announcement on that. Double A will be sharing some thoughts more on the Cavs, but also the Chicago trip. He just got back from over the weekend.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear what his Chicago trip, how it was. I heard a little bit about it, but can't really wait to hear about it because I'll hear about it for the first time with all of you out there on the Inside Edge Network. So that's exciting. Of course, we have me, you, Double A in there, Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. Unfiltered. Here again, 5 to 6 p.m. weekdays on the Inside Edge Network. Great talk about current events, news, all that great stuff. And he can breathe a little bit better now that the Cavs season's over because his blood pressure going through the roof. And then, of course, we had Omar Clausel, who hosts our morning show June 1st. So we're all in this text just to set the scene. And I sent a text, hey, if something breaks with the Cavaliers, somebody call me. I'm going out to cut the grass. Now, for those that don't know, I mean, I wouldn't know how you would know. I live with a pretty big yard. So, you got to go around like some real big space. This is probably about like a quarter. I may be being exaggerative here. It's like a quarter of Progressive Fields outfield is how it feels to me.
Okay.
It's a ton of grass. So first things first, I open the garage and there's like a little latch on it, right? So, to lock the garage. Open it up, Chad. I meant to send this to you earlier. I was just so upset. I couldn't even put into words how upset I was. I opened the garage and I go to bring it back down and there's no latch. And I go, where's the latch at? The latch got hooked into like the conveyor, like the little slider, and Papa Moon had to help get it like unstuck. It like bent it. Bro, you thought that was the worst thing. Then the mower started getting a little hot, so I had to stop. I'm like 3/4 of the way done. I got like to finish the back and I got to hit the tree lawns. But brother, I was like, dude, did Chad B curse me? Did he Danhausen curse me? Like Danhausen cursed the Cavs? I was so upset, bud. But yeah, it's been a day.
You should see some of my grass right now. It's out of hand again. I got a couple days behind and it started raining, and there's still standing water in some places in my yard. I mean, I can't do anything.
And I believe we have Matt Wentz coming on. I believe this week I think is what we're looking for potentially.
Yeah. He'll be here Friday with us, yeah. And we're gonna look for some relief from all of this, man. We're gonna beg and plead with him to give us some relief. I guess we'll see what he can.
Listen, we got some information on Onion. Okay, if you let us get a good June weather month, we'll tell you. All joking aside, we have
where you can find Onion. It's at the corner of something and something, and I'll give you that information if you give us a good weather month. There you go.
That's right. We have the keys. If you give us the keys, Mr. Wentz, we can't wait to have Matt on later on in the week. Of course, we have some really good surprises for you. But let's dive into we've kind of sidestepped and pivoted away from it as much as we can.
Yeah. Tried to avoid it, just like they tried to avoid playing defense.
Yeah, you're dang right. And if you're wondering who Chad is talking about, it would be those Cleveland Cavaliers. They fall to the New York Knicks yesterday, 130-93 in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. They are swept. The brooms have come out. All the national media headlines and everything about this Cavaliers team, you could say, has been talked about in the last 24 hours. From Inside the NBA on ESPN with Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, Shaq, and Ernie Johnson, all clowning the Cavaliers, saying that they are the definition of quit. And the burning, city and them on the boat, gone fishing. And I mean, from those guys to like the national media, I believe it was Jay Williams earlier today saying James Harden as a leader shouldn't be saying some of the things he said. We have audio from James Harden from last night's press conference talking about, how he felt that the Cavaliers may have been a better team than the Knicks, which is just hard to believe when you lose 4 games. I just had to make sure I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in a row.
I didn't think you were going to get there. Good job out of you, buddy.
I appreciate it. I've been practicing. 22-point lead blown by the Cavaliers. A poor shooting performance in game 2. So you add those two up. In game 3 and 4, it's like the soul was already snatched out of them, and the Knicks were just handling the formalities to get to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Just frustrating, pal. Overall, I don't really know where to start. Congratulations again. I know you gave them the kudos yesterday. The New York Knicks, first finals since 1999.
And they deserve every minute of it. Yeah, of course. I mean, congratulations to the Knicks, first of all. That's, like I said, they deserve it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. In 27 years, since their last finals, they're looking for the first NBA championship since 1973. Of course, they have 2 in their existence, their franchise history, 70 and 73. Mm-hmm. So my math says that'd be 53 years. They could end the drought. 52, 53 years here for the New York Knicks. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, we're not here to talk about the New York Knicks. As much as we give them their props, we are Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And there's going to be a little bit of everything when it comes to the Cavaliers. Sports, entertainment, news, mental health conversations for those that had to watch them the last 4 games, and a little bit of everything in between. So that's what we're going to give you here. Chad, there's a lot of things to break down, right? We can talk Donovan Mitchell. We can talk James Harden. We can talk Kenny Atkinson. Where would you like to begin?
I don't know. I'm just to get back to the Knicks for a moment. I guess I'm happy for like the lifelong Knicks fans that I think of when I think of the Knicks, right? The Knicks? Who are the Knicks? I don't know who they are. I guess that's like a hat or a sweater or something. Are you a sewing guy now?
I
guess I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn now. Listen, I'm happy for Spike Lee, right? I'm happy for Timothy Chalamet. I guess he's a Knicks fan. Kylie Jenner, I guess she's a lifelonger. I don't know. They look pretty happy last night. But no, seriously, I don't know. I mean, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with James Harden's I guess delusional perspective on how the series went, who was the better team? I mean, I don't know. He had some words to say that okay. Let's just listen to what he said first, and then I'll react to it. I don't want to pre-act to it. Let's put. I mean, everybody knows by now, but let's play it again. Let's just hear it. Make sure. Maybe we heard it wrong, Eli. Maybe we didn't hear it correctly. Maybe we misunderstood. Let's play it one more time to be sure, and then we'll react to it. How about that?
Absolutely. Here we go.
Fair.
Reflecting on this series, how much better, if they're better, are the Knicks than you guys?
I mean, I can't even answer that question, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was 4-0, but I don't think we had a chance as far as our best shot. From a standpoint of the circumstances. Obviously they dominated us 4-0, but I don't know if I can necessarily answer that question. Just because genuinely I do feel like we are the better team, but series wise, it didn't show it. So it's a tough question to answer.
Okay. Well, he was right about a few things. He was definitely right about a few things. Yes, they did lose 4-0.
Yes.
Yes, they did dominate them. And they did not have a chance. So he's right about those 3 things. There were 2 other things that he said in there. What was it again? He said that they were the better team than the Knicks?
Yes. He said he definitely thinks that they're the better team than the Knicks.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Let that one process for a minute.
So we got to – well, wait. We have a comment first, I think, that's going to pertain to the mowing thing.
Yeah, I got you right here. Absolutely.
Maybe it becomes a midnight conversation now. It doesn't have legs. Does water stand? That's a great – listen. We're going to have to save that for tomorrow night, maybe for double – I don't know.
I'll tell you. Papa Moon, man, and shout out Papa Moon, Saturdays 5 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. Just had a great interview this past weekend with his buddy Jamie Bassel, who is all the way from New Mexico. He's a nurse practitioner. They had a great conversation about physical and mental health. Great conversation. And shout out Pops. Don't know where he's at right now, but shout out Pops. Yes, does water really stand? We don't know. Pops. But what we also don't know, and Chad brings up some points with James Harden, is exactly what we're getting. I mean, I guess let me slow down for a minute. We know what we're getting, but we don't know what we're getting for the next 2-3 years, which it seems like that's what the Cavaliers are going to be locking themselves into, whether it's 2, whether it's 3, whether it's 4 years, whatever. But, if this is the last contract of James Harden's career with this type of money, then seems like it's going to be in Cleveland. Brian Windhorst has been very adamant reporting that, hey, James Harden is pretty much a formality at this point. That he's going to sign a multi-year extension. Now they're talking about where it'll be less than the $45 million he would make on the player option. It'd be about $30 million a year, annual, and Kyle Cornell from Unfiltered talked about this a little bit earlier today, but it'll be about $30 million a year, like a 3-year contract, something along the lines of that, to get them under the second apron, which again provides flexibility for this Cavaliers front office, who appears safe, and we'll talk about them in a minute, and Kenny Atkinson, who appears safe. We'll talk about him in a minute. It gives them a flexibility to make some moves with the roster. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean LeBron James? The rumor again from Brian Windhorst is that LeBron's not really ready to take a pay cut. Right now, the Cavs have $3 million they could offer him, but James Harden obviously signing a smaller contract or stretching it out could provide LeBron coming here, could provide some flexibility there. And then you look at it with Giannis, now is Mobley and Allen really more of a trade prospect than they were at the trade deadline. So those are things to look at. Back to James Harden, though. What exactly are we getting? Because when we brought him in at the trade deadline, we brought him in to be the 1B to Donovan. Like, hey, or at worst, the 2-star. Like, hey, the guy who's going to come in and carry some fourth quarters every now and then, going to make some big baskets. He's going to get the bigs involved, and it was all great until the end of April and the May, and that's where we got with James Harden. So you got to really evaluate it for the Cavaliers. Okay, Donovan obviously likes James Harden here. He's very adamant about it. We have some sound from Donovan from last night as well talking about James Harden. It's a little bit lengthy clips. We'll probably play it to end the segment. But you have Donovan talk about at great lengths about James Harden being a leader. He's changed the game of basketball. I mentioned him in the likes of Steph Curry and Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan. Crazy. You think about that, and yes, James Harden's been a prolific scorer. I don't know about change the game of basketball for like those other guys, but
a lot of guys have put the ball in the hoop before. I think that's
but you think of James Harden, Chad, and I think okay, you got to reevaluate where he's going to be. If you're bringing in LeBron, bringing in Giannis, whoever you're bringing in, what is James Harden's role? Is he going to really step down into just a shooter role, like almost what he was in OKC for a time being? Is he going to have to work more off the ball? Like, what exactly is it? Because you talk about Donovan, you talk about James Harden, they're both very good on the ball. Off the ball, it gets a little tricky. And that's my fear with a multi-year extension. How can you really run this team? How can you really run this team back from what they were doing this previous year and look at it and go, you know what, this is perfect. And if you feel the roster for the most part can stay where it's at, and you can go make a few big moves, a LeBron, a Giannis, or whoever, Jaylen Brown, or Brandon Ingram, he's always floated in conversation, whoever, then okay, I'll listen to that. But now I want to pivot here, Chad, to the news that broke. Joe Varden had it. A few other guys had it as well. Shams Charania, a few other guys. So reports all over that Kenny Atkinson will remain the Cleveland Cavaliers head coach for the 2026-2027 season. Kenny, he's had 2 years here in Cleveland. He's made it to the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, and now the Eastern Conference Finals, though I don't know really how much you consider they were there. At times they were checked out. But nonetheless, Kenny Atkinson still going to remain the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Chad, your thoughts on the hours after this dropped?
It was a tough look for me hearing him talking about the Cavs winning these games analytically and, leading the series in analytical. I'm not really sure what analytical numbers. It wasn't turnovers. It wasn't points off the fast break. It wasn't, points off turnovers. It wasn't rebounds. I'm not really sure what analytical. Maybe it was just the Cavs were taking more shots, more expected chances to score. I don't know. But then, as you talked about Spencer Davies, it's a make or miss league. So if you're missing those shots, that doesn't matter. I don't know. I maybe they're getting higher percentage shots, but again, if you're missing the high percentage shots, who cares? To me, it's just watching this team physically quit on the court. And again, I'm not usually like a big fire the coach guy or get rid of the coach, and I get it. There was a tiny step of progress, right? They went one step further than whatever. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they didn't do anything there. Well, that's not true. Analytically, they did great. And
analytically, the series is tied 2-2, pal.
Yeah, analytically, we're heading into Wednesday night. We're excited, but analytically, also, well, not analytically. But listen, physically, they played they were really, really great for 3 quarters. That's what Kenny Atkinson. They were really, really great. But the problem is, we talked about it last night. Basketball games last 4 quarters, and they weren't great for 4 quarters. They were terrible in the fourth quarter and in overtime. So they lost that game 1 by 11 after leading by 22 with it felt like about a minute left. I know it wasn't. It's about 9 minutes left. But, yeah, they just sort of tried to just kneel on the ball, really, and run the clock out. And you have to keep playing basketball, especially with a team that we just saw score 144 points in Game 4 with their series with Philly, right? I mean, we knew the Knicks could score, and they could score in an instant. I mean, like, they explode, right? And it's not just one guy. It's not just Jalen Brunson. It's the whole team. I mean, they were so balanced.
Yes.
I was so impressed watching them play. And, again, it's a little bit easier to be a little more balanced when you're not facing any opposition at all. So, you know, I guess you take that with a grain of salt. But they were still really good, really balanced. They're just all in this just the way that, I mean, the entire team right now is on the same page. I don't know if it's going to help them with either team, with whoever comes out of the West. But, you know, good luck out there.
Yeah.
But they were really good, and they beat the Cavs, and they deserve to move on. It's not just the Cavs quitting, right? The Knicks were also really, really good. And even if the Cavs had battled, they'd probably – I don't think the series would be over. But we'd probably be talking about the Knicks moving on. They just look to be a little bit too much for the Cavs.
Yeah.
You know, to watch them quit, I think, is the problem for me. And then to bring the head coach of that back after we talked about, well, you know, but analytically we're fine. Well, but physically you're quitting. I mean, it's not even about losing the game, Eli. It's not about analytically being better and taking the step and progressing and a young team, whatever. There are too many veterans, too many guys that have been places before on this team to accept what happened in that Eastern Conference Finals. And I don't just mean the loss. I've heard a lot of people rumbling about, well, what are Cavs fans really so spoiled that, you know, they'll only accept a finals win and that's it? No. Losing is fine. Listen, you're going to lose. Every team, except for one, we talked about it. Every professional sport, every whatever, doesn't matter the sport. One team is happy, right? One team is happy at the end of the season.
Right.
That's it. Everybody else is disappointed. Every other fan, whatever, you're disappointed. So I think you get used to that when you grow up and you watch sports. But the problem is the quitting. That's what can't be accepted. And when you have Kenny Atkinson, listen, you don't have to throw you guys under the bus, but you can also come out to the media and say, hey, look, we got to get a better effort than that.
Yeah.
Times where it looked like they were disinterested, disengaged, whatever. I don't care what words you use. Doesn't matter. You can do coach speak and still not throw them under the bus, but you can also call them out through the media because someone needed to wake them up. And it doesn't seem like they have that player on the roster. And I don't know that Kenny Atkinson is that guy, but he's coming back. So I'm not sure.
He is coming back, and, you know, to me, I'm curious to see if there's any moves. You know, I know they said they're going to keep the coaching staff for the most part and the front office with Kobe Altman and Mike Gansey, who, by the way, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's Philadelphia, but I want to double check on all of that. But I believe Philadelphia, they'd be looking into it, and a few other teams, I'm sure, Mike Gansey as the GM potentially of their team. So there could be a move there, whether the Cavs want to keep him or not. If he finds there's a better opportunity, you know, then that's where he's going to go to be the man there, where Kobe Altman has progressed up in the front office. He's there. Now, for a moment, you know, I am curious, assistant coach-wise, if there's any changes, because there's always that assistant coach that's waiting, you know, in the wings to become the next head coach. Wonder, you know, who the Cavaliers put to help Kenny Atkinson. Maybe go, okay, you know, Kenny, we'll keep you here, but we're going to give you some guys that know their ball. I wonder, and I know Jason Kidd's a big talk for head coach right now, but I wonder if you can say, hey, you know what? We want to bring you in here as the main assistant. It'll help you get back, you know, into a flow of things. You're with a team that, okay, we've been hard on them, but the Cavaliers are probably going to be in the playoffs again next year, even if they ran back the same team. But that's not what we're discussing. That's not what we're frustrated. But just to bring it back for a second, that would be what Jason Kidd could enter, or whatever, any assistant coach. And I think Kenny Atkinson still would be on the hot seat going into the year, at least warm. And I could see, you know, if it's not working after 20, 30 games, you could see a David Blatt-esque type of firing where he's gone halfway through the year. You know, the only difference is David Blatt got the team to the finals the year before. Right. So
he was like 30-12 when he got fired. That was wild.
Yeah, insane.
Now, it was,
Now I want to ask you this before we got to go to break here in just a moment, Chad. And of course, the rest of the week we'll have some Cavaliers discussion throughout the shows. I mean, there's a lot to unpack. We haven't really fully emoted how we feel about these Cavaliers. So we'll have more discussion. But last question before we go to break here, and we'll put a bow on the Cavs for today, and we'll come back to them tomorrow. But are you surprised that Kobe Altman it was just a foregone conclusion that he's also safe, considering he told Dan Gilbert to trust him on the court 4 and turned into a court 3 in Harden Island, and now he's getting the chance to dive into another offseason? I know this isn't Andrew Barry, to bring it to Cleveland Browns for a moment, where it's like he's telling Jimmy Haslam, trust me, come on, man. Like, I know we made the worst trade in NFL history potentially. And, I haven't hit on much of my drafts. That's not the case with Kobe Altman. I mean, for the most part, he has hit on drafts. He's brought in some guys, but it just hasn't worked out to what we want. Are you surprised that he's here, though, still?
You know, I don't know. I mean, no, not really. I think he's done a fine job of building the team. I just think you have to take into consideration drive and heart and desire and passion with something. We have to look at something differently, right? Because the analytics are telling us like, hey, these guys are good basketball players. But it seems like, again, they don't really have that alpha on the court where, and I know, Donovan Mitchell talked about James Harden's leadership, and I'm sure we'll play the clip soon. But I don't see it as a fan, and I'm not there. I'm not in the locker room. I don't travel with the team. I don't see what goes on behind the scenes. So I can't claim to know that. So this is, I guess the source is trust me, bro. It's just whatever I see when I watch. So I could be wrong, and that's fine. I am willing to admit that I do make mistakes and I can be wrong. But to me, it seems like when you watch that team, they're just sort of like they're all on the boat, right? But there's no captain. They're just sort of like they're all rowing and they're all making sure like things are right. I guess I pictured a sailboat, but they're doing the things. I don't know sailboat terms. Listen, I'm not a pirate. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Are you trying to sing Islands in the Stream right now?
Maybe just a little bit, yeah.
By Dolly and Kenny Rogers, man. Come on.
I was getting to that point. I was setting it up, but you blew it. Now I'm not even gonna do it anymore.
Well, at least I was aggressive on like the Cavaliers' last 4 games.
Yeah, no one wants to hear me sing, but yeah, it's like they're just this captainless ship. They're a bunch of people and they're working together on the same kind of thing, but they don't have the captain, right? They don't have the one guy that like kind of brings the whole crew together and make sure that everybody is not only doing their job, but is kind of passionate about their job and wants to do their job and wants to be the best at their job. They just sort of go through the motions, and they did even less than that in that Eastern Conference Finals. And I think that's the problem with everybody coming back. But no, I mean, Kobe Altman, I think that was your original question.
Yeah.
The Rocks are fine. Listen, they were one of the last 4 teams in the NBA. So effectively, if you look at it, they're making progress. It's hard to clean house when the team's getting, I want to say better, when they're getting further along in the playoffs, right? They've gotten from the second round of the Eastern Conference. So I get it. It would feel weird to clean house and go, well, let's start over from where we progressed into this round of the whatever. It's just the way it ended left such a bad taste in my mouth personally, and I think a lot of other fans' mouths. That's the shocking part about everybody coming back, I think.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. As we head into the season, the offseason has officially commenced here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I do think there will be some warm seats in Cleveland if they're not hot already. Kobe Altman being part of that, I'll stand on that. I think Kobe Altman's going to have to really perform. It's not the same as Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry's really legitimately like this past draft is like, hey, it better work out, and this quarterback room better work out, or he's probably gone. Yeah. I don't think Kobe Altman's that warm of a seat right now as Andrew Berry to bring, the parallels between the two teams, but I do think his seat's pretty warm. And I think, depending on how they make the moves, if they can get LeBron, that's a big talk. Can they get LeBron this offseason? Can they get Giannis? If they fall on their face on a lot of these moves and don't bring these guys in, and it really is running it back, there's going to be a lot of warm seats. Kenny Atkinson, Kobe Altman, the guys on the roster. It's going to be a very weird spot because this roster, I said Oster?
Better
this
than
roster
Rooster.
is aging.
Not the Rooster.
Yeah. This roster is aging, however, and that's what I'm curious about as well, Chad. And again, we'll have a ton of conversation throughout the week. I know you got a ton of thoughts. I know go ahead.
Well, just one quick thing. They can cool those seats down just by finding an identity. Even if they miss on all the moves. No Giannis, no LeBron. I almost said no LeBronis. No Giannis, no LeBron, no whatever, no big moves. If they just find an identity, I think they could cool down the seats a lot, because then you have something to build on, right? You have this identity of this working. Right. You know who you are as a team, and right now I don't think they know that.
Yeah, you wonder. The pick and roll worked for them at ball movement. Yeah, they got to figure out something. If that means star basketball, then star basketball it is. So we'll figure it out. Yep. One guy we've been very critical of in this postseason has been James Harden, a 17-year veteran now. He completes his 17th year. He's been in one NBA Finals at his 2012 with the with the OKC Thunder in the NBA Finals. And now it's him trying to get back there. He has an MVP about 8 years ago. He won his first and only MVP. So he has the accolades, but he's left a lot of uncomfortable conversations to be had about his future and what he brings to the Cleveland Cavaliers team. However, one guy, and what many presume to be the star of the team, even though we've had a lot of questions about him, is Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. He doesn't have anything but glowing things to say about his co-star James Harden. This is as we go to break here, courtesy of Cameron Justice from Channel 5 here in Cleveland. It's going to be a clip about Donovan Mitchell. It's going to be a little lengthy clip, but it's just about last night. It's in last night's presser about his thoughts on James Harden. So we'll listen to that. Again, if you're enjoying all the conversation, Chad and I with you till at least 11 o'clock p.m. We might go a little bit over because, man, we have been chomping at the bit to talk some Cavs, and we got to get the Guardians later, and, of course, Tuesday Top 5. But like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all the great stuff. Inside Edge Net. Stay locked in with Chad and I. All of our daily shows Unfiltered, 5 to 6 p.m. with Kyle Cornell. Of course, Primetime. We're back in our original setting, 10 to 11 p.m. here on your weeknights. And, of course, Double Anthony Alford back in the saddle, on the saddle, in the saddle, on the saddle. Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. here weeknights on the Inside Edge Network. Of course, all of our great weekly programming as well. Real Talk with Pop Moon, Jersey Chasers with Autumn and Christy. You got Voice Land with Ryan Mosser and Kevin Arnold. Mike Check Take 2 with David Ruiz and Autumn Chisholm. Main Event with our guys. Well, that would be me too. But Rob Rizicki, Anthony Alford, and of course, myself, Eli Moon. We got a lot of great stuff here for you. Stuff coming in the wings next week. The morning show comes out with Omar Clausel. It debuts June 1st. Of course, we have Illegal Formation making its return as well Monday nights with TK Dandridge and Chad Bryan. So a lot of great stuff. And if you want to read about all the personalities, yes, can't wait. And if you can't wait to read about your favorite personalities, don't. Go to InsideEdgeNetwork.com, read about Chad and I, all your favorite personalities that we mentioned here, some of the names. You can read about everybody. You know, we appreciate you for tuning in and checking out a little bit more about us. And maybe we'll update the bios a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more details now that we feel a little more comfortable sharing. No, all jokes aside, check that out, the bios, the personalities pages. You go to the partners page because we couldn't do it without our partners. We appreciate W Energy, Mosser Moments, sportsmemorabilia.com, fanatics.com, and AlleyRoseFragrances.com for supporting us. And we appreciate you because we couldn't do it without you at home for tuning in and being a part of what we do because you are the heartbeat that keeps us going and choosing us as Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And, of course, the shop. You can get your windbreakers, you get your polos, your shirts, your hats, your mugs. Go to the shop page on InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Use the promo code INSIDER for 20% off your order until the end of May. If we get 10 purchases before the end of the month, so literally this week. That's right.
This week. Get Eli's haircut, man. Get it cut.
That's right. Chad got it. He's ready. He knows what's going on. 10 purchases. Kyle Cornell shaves my head on an episode of Unfiltered June 1st. So we have a week to make it happen. I'm ready for a haircut too, everybody. So if you want to help me out, I was out there cutting that grass today. And my goodness, it got a little hot. I had to take a few steps inside and getting some mowing, literally a quarter of Progressive Fields outfield. All right, InsideEdgeNetwork.com is where you're going to want to go use that promo code INSIDER, 20% off your order. Read about your personalities. Check the shop page out. And, of course, go check out our partners page and see the great stuff there as well. Yeah. All right. We talked about it. We're going to go to break here, take a pause, grab your caffeine, grab your dinner, but bring your phone if you're listening on your phone with you. Bring your laptop. If you got your laptop, bring that with you. If it's on the TV, if we're on your TV right now, hey, we're on the big screen.
Take it off the wall. Walk around the house with it. Do what you got to do. It's going to be fine.
Exactly. Yes, everything will be good. This is courtesy, as we go to break, of Channel 5 here in Cleveland. Cameron Justice, who reports on the Cavs, Browns, Guardians. She caught this clip of Donovan Mitchell at great length talking about James Harden, who he feels should get a little more respect for what he's done for the game of basketball. That's Chad Bryan to my right. You're right. I'm Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. We're back. We're going to talk some Guardians when we come back. But until then, here's Donovan Mitchell, courtesy of Cameron Justice.
I think there's a lot to that. I think we ignore leadership by him. I think we ignore the human, the character of who he is. All positive things, by the way. I think we ignore the empowerment that he gives people. I think we also ignore his greatness in a major way. I say we, I really mean y'all. Sorry. This man changed the game of basketball. Changed the game of basketball. In ways that we've never seen before. And we live in such a ring-dominant culture that we're willing to write a guy off because he hasn't gotten there. God, it's transcended basketball, right? In 75 years, no one's been able to do what he does. You can say the same thing about Steph Curry, Allen Iverson, right? Michael Jordan. James Harden's in that. So, yeah, obviously I can relate to
not having reached a certain point, but I do also feel like we don't talk about his greatness enough. We don't talk about the person he is. He played alongside Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid won MVP. He was 2 inches away from a conference finals with the Brooklyn Nets. Like, some of that is just unlucky stuff. Like, can't control that. And he was on a bad hamstring. We don't talk about him playing through this. Man, I don't know if his thumb is still messed up. He hadn't said nothing since the report came out. We haven't heard nothing about it. Like, we don't talk about the mental fortitude to deal with that. Like, I don't know what it is, if he's healthy or not. I wouldn't be able to know because he has the same way he could have one leg and he'd be the same. And I think it's really, truly unfair, to be honest. Now more than ever, now that I see it on a daily basis. But that's just the society we live in. That's the world we live in. We're a ringed culture. That's just how we are. So, like I said to you, we can't fight it. It just is what it is. But I do think people overlook the greatness. 17 years, dog. Like, it's a long time. It's a long time. And I think we are so quick to jump on him and get on him about what he's doing at 36. At 36, right? Like, let's not forget this man he ran into a really good Golden State team 2 or 3 times. A team, like, so it's unfortunate, but I know that's what drives him, and that's ultimately, as a teammate, that's what drives me. But we sometimes lose the plot on the greatness of that individual and what he brings to the game of basketball, to the brand of basketball. So, yeah.
Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And we thank you for your support of the Inside Edge Network. And don't miss my show, Midnight Run, right here on the Inside Edge Network. You won't miss a single episode when you like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net.
Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan, he is putting in a lot of effort, folks, and he's over to my right, which would mean he's over to your right. Yes, he is over to your right. I'm Eli Moon. We are back here in the saddle, Inside Edge Primetime. You know, the cool thing about technology sometimes, folks, is as I'm here, I play in the ones and twos. Chad obviously cooked up the beat. That's a Chad B production right there, our intro song, and I always like giving him credit because, man, just an iconic sound at this point. It's Inside Edge Primetime. Sometimes, though, I can't hear it. StreamYard, we love it, but sometimes it tends to tell me that I can't hear the sound. Fun fact, we'll get into the Guardians here in a second. I've done it now. I just did it just now, so I hope it sounded okay. But I've done it now, and I've done it during Midnight Run, which, mind you, AA has his intro for his show, where I cannot hear the music I am playing, Chad. So it is just straight off of doing these shows for months. And we appreciate you tuning in and rocking with us for months. If you're out there watching, thank you. If it's your first time, your 10th time, your 100th time, thank you. But man, dude, I gave you like the thumbs up, like, hey, can you hear this music? Because I can't hear this music. So hopefully everybody out there could hear the music. And jamming along, but I'll have to play it during the break and try to jam out during the break, get my fix in. So again, if you're enjoying us, enjoying the content all week long, daily coverage, weekly coverage, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash it, as Kyle Cornell says. Inside Edge Net on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all the socials. Stay locked in with us and know when we're going live. Chad and I here with you every weeknight, 10 to 11 p.m. But of course, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell kicks the day off with our daily programming, 5 to 6 p.m. with news talk, current events, a little bit of sports talk, and everything that you can get in an afternoon show and something different. Again, that's Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. weekdays. And then, of course, Anthony Alford, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, midnight to 1 a.m. weeknights following us here on Inside Edge Primetime. And some nights like this, where it is officially already 10:43, spoiler alert, we're probably going to go past 11. So you'll get a little bit of a shorter wait. Now, I want to give a heads up because we are out of calf season. We've been doing that continuous stream right now, the one stream between Primetime and Midnight Run. You will have to look out for a separate stream tonight. AA will have his own stream tonight because there will be about a 30-minute pause. But keep a lookout in the future. We got some exciting stuff coming to the network for that 11 o'clock hour. So just stay tuned. I won't say right now. I won't say, in a few days. Just stay tuned. Obviously, we bring you news pretty quickly. So when we bring something like this to the light, that means it will probably be coming very soon. Of course, website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Again, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personalities like Chad and I. Go to that partners page. Check out our great partners. W Energy, SportsMemorabilia.com, Monster Moments, Fanatics.com, AllieRoseFragrances.com. We appreciate them, and we appreciate you at home. And, of course, use the promo code INSIDER, 20% off your order onto the NMA at the shop. Get your favorite Inside Edge Network gear. Rep the network. Cleveland's digital leader. Completely grassroots, right, from the ground up. Here we are with you. So go check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. All right, Chad.
Absolutely.
Buddy, we get to talk about something happy now. They didn't win today, but it's okay because baseball's a game of trends. And trending-wise, the Guardians are moving on up. They are doing their thing. And I'm feeling real good about them, pal. Let's talk about those Guardians. Obviously, I would love to have a discussion with you. I know my baseball. Papa Moon brought me all the way up through baseball. I know my baseball. But I always say, you're like our de facto baseball guy, I would say, here on our daily lineup. So I'm going to defer to you here for just a moment. You tell me what Chad B's been seeing with these Guardians. It's been about a week since we talked about them. And a lot's kind of happened here. A few losses, a few wins. But talk to me about what you've been seeing with these Gardos.
Well, they're just trending upward. I mean, we said it. Let's circle back around Memorial Day, right? We'll see how they're doing. That's when the weather usually starts to heat up, and we were in the 80s today. It was 80 degrees. That counts as heating up. It was pretty humid. That was hot out there.
Yeah.
The offense is. I mean, not today so much. I mean, a few runs, but I'm looking at Travis Bazzana today. One for 3, an RBI, 2 walks.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want out of Bazzana, right? He keeps getting on base. He's hitting leadoff now. I don't know if he's going to stay in that leadoff spot, but it seems like he's perfectly comfortable there, right? He's getting on base. I mean, that's what you want. Setting the table for Jose Ramirez right now and Chase DeLauder's hitting third, and at least tonight as the DH. So Kyle Manzardo starting to hit a little bit. He's got his average above 200. I said that the other day. It's like, okay, well, it was pretty bad for a while, but you got to give him time. It's unfortunately, like you said, baseball is a game of trends, right? And sometimes when you start off slow, the numbers look horrific. As Cal Raleigh, it's the numbers can look really, really.
You called that. I want to, for a quick side note, if you're wondering, Chad literally called that in our first talk, our preview for the Guardians and Mariners on Primetime. He called Cal Raleigh's regression. Go back and check that out. just line it up with the night of opening night for the Guardians, and Chad called that. But continue, my friend.
No, that's okay. It's just not that, but sometimes in baseball, it's called regression to the mean, right? When somebody pops out and has a really big year, when normally that's not the trend, you usually see that player regress to the mean, or and they're back to normal a little bit.
Yeah.
So unless Cal Raleigh had taken a huge step forward, which it didn't really look like, and again, it's just the difference of getting to the fastball and not getting to the fastball this year. So I don't know if it's an injury thing, if he's just a tick behind on his timing or whatever. It doesn't matter. He's all the way out west, and if it happens on the West Coast, sometimes on the East Coast, it feels like it doesn't even happen. So
You're dang right. Yeah.
but that is very much happening to him. And then he's got the whatever injury it was. I can't remember if it was an oblique or whatever was going on with him. But
maybe he needs a full uniform shower again.
That could be it. Yeah, he's just got to wash the uniform and just no laundry, just wash it up in the shower. That could be it.
Yeah.
Get the dove in there and go to town. But yeah, I don't know. I just think we're watching the Guardians start to heat up a little bit. I mean, Stephen Kwan tonight, 1 for 2 with a walk, getting on base a little bit. I know it's baby steps right now, but and Kwan, it feels like could be playing for trade value. We don't know. Seems to be they could have a little bit of a log jam in that outfield. So I don't know what's going to happen with Kwan, but pitching wise, honestly, I didn't see the game tonight. I don't know what happened with Kent. I don't know why he came out. He pitched 2 innings. I'm not sure why he came out early. So I don't know that. I don't have that information on me. It was a hectic night, but I think that the bullpen's starting to round themselves into shape a little bit. You've got Cade Smith, who's been really good. So I think a lot of things, and I think the biggest trend upward for the Guardians is unfortunately Detroit's kind of demise in the division, and the fact that they just play in the American League Central, and you could just do a lot of things and get away with a lot of things because the division is not very strong top to bottom. So some of that is just pure luck, but yeah, the Guardians are one of the stronger teams in the American League. So I'm not really sure. Maybe it would look a little bit different if they had to deal with the AL East day in and day out, but starting to play really well. And I think showing some good promise as far as not just winning this division, which I think they should easily do, but maybe possibly making a deep playoff run, getting back to the ALCS, hopefully the World Series. That would be nice, right?
Sure would be. And you know what? Looking at Cantillo, he had a season tying, I think career tying 4 walks. He had allowed 8 base runners in those 2 innings. So I think they were just trying to get him out of his own way before it got messy. And the Guardians, just to be microscopic here for a minute, look at this series. They've given up 16 runs to the Nationals in 2 games, fresh off a series against the Phillies where they allowed 4 runs from Philadelphia. There was 8 runs combined in that series between the Phillies and the Guardians. And now you're looking at 16 alone from the Nationals. And this is a team, we talked about them off air. We were having conversations about the AL and the NL, just talking some baseball, as we typically do. And, we were talking about the Nationals. I said, man, I know they don't got a lot of guys, and they go, and I even mentioned here a little bit, I think. CJ Abrams, is where they're going to go offensively. But they got some guys that, they can string together some wins. Are they going to go make a big postseason run? I don't think we're talking about the Nationals come August or September, but who knows?
But James Wood's hot now. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they've got some guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're in that same category as and again, they're not even having remotely as close to the year as the White Sox, I would say, but they're 28 and 27. They may sneak in as a wild card team. I just don't think they're a team the Guardians will have to worry about seeing in October if they get to the World Series, but it is something you look at, and Bybee too was another guy I wanted to talk about tonight. He had 3 innings pitched yesterday. It's 7 earned runs, 8 hits. It was really bad. I think he gave up 5 home runs, if I'm not mistaken.
Home runs, yeah. The Nationals picked 5 off Bybee in that game, yeah.
Are you? That's what I want to ask you about, because I mean that's kind of where I'm at. Besides, we talked about the offense, and you gave a great breakdown of it is heating up. They still scored 3 runs in a loss today. You're seeing the promise out of Bazana, seeing Kwan starting to heat up a little bit, regardless if he's here or not long term. And the other bats coming along as well. Bullpen seems sharp, but Bybee, a guy who a lot of people are thinking will come in and be the ace of this team, and right now it's been Gavin Williams or Parker Messick. You take your pick, but you look at Tanner Bybee. He had I think it was 5 or 6 games in a row where he'd only gotten like 1, if not any run support, and now he's getting some run support, and the Guardians don't know what's going on with him. He seems to be the issue last start or two. Are you concerned about Tanner Bybee? Because, you see Cale Steven down in the minor leagues. I know you're a big Cale Steven guy. Yeah. There's some other guys they could look at as well. They've been bringing up, some bullpen arms. Mind you, I believe Logan Allen was also just brought up to the Guardians roster, so they have him at their arsenal as well. Are you concerned about Tanner Bybee?
I mean, a little bit. The 0-7 looks bad. The ERA isn't great. We used to say American League ERAs would always be a little bit higher because you don't have the pitcher hitting, but you can't use that excuse anymore. I don't know. I just Bybee. I don't know if it's something going on. I'd have to watch a couple of his starts and then go back to maybe to try to watch a couple of his starts from last year to see if there's something mechanical that he's doing different. Maybe he's tipping pitches. Sometimes as a starting pitcher, you get a little bit comfortable, right? And you don't realize you have these little ticks where you maybe hold the glove a little bit higher or lower on an off-speed pitch or whatever. And you watch enough film in the major leagues, guys are going to catch it. There's always a guy in every clubhouse. And I don't mean Astro style where people are banging on trash cans. I mean, just, legally watch it. Well, not legally, but it's not illegal. You get arrested for it. But by the baseball rules, right? You're following the rules and you're watching film. There's always going to be the one guy in the club. It's usually a catcher, by the way, who picks up on those little, tips and just the things, the nods from a pitcher, the way you hold your glove, the way you tilt your head on an off speed. Somebody's going to catch that stuff, right? So if Bybee's doing something like that, we haven't quite caught on to it yet. But yeah, something's going on with him. He just seems to be very, very hittable. After he's had stretches in his career where he's been basically unhittable, right, for long stretches. So, you are concerned. I think the velocity is still there, so it's not an injury concern. I think it's just something. It's either location, something mechanical, or something physical. He's just giving away pitches at this point. So. Again, I just watch a little bit of his starts and kind of get into that and dig into it a little bit more deeply. But yeah, something's going on with him, and I think, you can be concerned. It's 0-7, almost a 5 ERA now. So yeah, there's a little bit of concern there.
I'll keep an eye on those Guardians. They play the Nationals tomorrow at 1:00. It's a little matinee action for the Guardians against the Nationals at Progressive Field. So if you need a reason to go. You leave your day job early. I'm not encouraging you to. Just telling you there is a reason out there. Guardians play at 1:10 tomorrow against the Nationals. That'll see if they can get one at least against these Washington Nationals. And then they move on to Boston. They're going to go ahead and welcome the Boston Red Sox in before heading out to the Bronx.
They're following the Braves schedule right now. They are literally right behind the Braves. So that's kind of.
And hopefully, like I said, they head to the Bronx after Boston. So we'll see if they can get a victory. Some victories, maybe 2, 3 more than the Guardians, than the Cavaliers did in New York this past week and a half, whatever have you. So that's our Guardians talk for just now. We will, of course, every night pretty much bring you some Guardians talk, whether it's, to the point, just recapping the game, or there's some major storylines coming up as we get closer to the trade deadline. It's crazy to think trade deadline will be here in what? About 2 months, about roughly a little less than 2 months, I think, or right on the head, So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that. The All-Star break about a month and a half away. Some exciting stuff. I'm
really interested to see what happens at the trade deadline this year because of the looming lockout. I don't know if teams are going to go crazy. Some of those teams in the middle might, hey, this is our chance to shake up our roster a little bit and really not pay the price for it. Some of the teams at the top and the bottom may not want to, give away stars or give away prospects. So it's going to be a weird trade deadline, I think, this year.
Sure is going to be. And we're going to cover it all. I'm sure we'll have a conversation on Primetime. We might even, see if we can wrangle up a few of the other baseball guys in the network and maybe have a trade deadline special. We'll see what we can do here. Yeah. Of course, on the Inside Edge Network. Hope you're enjoying. Like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net on all the socials. If you are, and first time here, hello. That's Chad Bryan to my right. You're right. I'm Eli Moon. We are here every night with you, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time here weeknights. Of course, daily programming, as I mentioned at the beginning of the segment, and I mention all the time because it's so important, on Filter with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. Weekdays, going over your news, your current events, your sports, all that great stuff. Of course, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, midnight to 1, weeknights here on the Inside Edge Network. Again, Chad and I here with you, 10 to 11, sandwiched in between, doing it, just talking about a bunch of great stuff. And, of course, the InsideEdgeNetwork.com, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Check out our partners page, the shop, the personalities page. Use the promo code INSIDER for 20% off your order until the end of May. And, Chad, I couldn't think of a better way to segue without ruining the Tuesday Top 5 topic. We'll talk about that when we get back here. But yes, if you caught my drift there with the mention of the daily shows, maybe you kind of know. We'll see. But that's Chad Bryan to my right. You're right. I'm Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here in the Inside Edge Network. Don't go anywhere. Tuesday Top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuesday Top 5 when we come back.
Monster Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by InsideEdge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, which, ladies and gentlemen, means he's to your right. I'm Eli Moon. We are back here in the saddle, Inside Edge Primetime. One final segment here on your Tuesday edition. We have wrapped up some Cavaliers talk. We'll continue to talk about them throughout the week because they got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to those Cavaliers. And, of course, we talk Guardians. They will be back front and centerfold. Just right here with you on Inside Edge Primetime. We'll be giving you some baseball talk every night, whether it's about the game or about the storylines that are happening outside in terms of the season, where the Guardians have from there. So we'll talk about that. Got a lot to talk about here in this final segment. I know you're waiting, absolutely waiting, Chad Bryan. I know the people are waiting. Real quick, like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net on all the socials. Make sure you stay locked in with Chad and I and everybody here. Kyle Cornell Unfiltered, weekdays 5 to 6, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, midnight to 1 a.m. Chad and I are here with you 10 to 11 every weeknight. And, of course, you got all of our great weekly programming as well at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Use that promo code INSIDER for 20% off at the shop. Read about your favorite personalities. And, of course, our partners as well. Couldn't do without them. W Energy, Monster Moments, Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, and SportsMemorabilia.com. And we couldn't do without you at home. So thank you for rocking with us. And for that, I will hand the baton off to one Chad Bryan because it's Tuesday. And that means it's time for Tuesday Top 5. Chad Bryan, take it away.
I'm just glad I don't have to go in the time machine for this. I get to
Tomorrow.
stay here. That's tomorrow. I'm nervous after what happened last week.
Did you learn that no more kerosene?
Diesel.
I mean,
no more kerosene. Yeah, no more diesel only. I think I got it. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Although I will say kerosene's flammable at work.
I'll call you in the morning to make sure.
Fair enough. Yeah, just
Okay.
check. Just touch base, maybe.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This is a funny thing with the Tuesday top 5. I type my notes in Microsoft Word. Right. Shout out to Microsoft Word.
Shout out.
For some reason can't get that on the new PC. Having a little trouble signing in. I don't know why. I've gone through the whole process, but it will not recognize that it's a thing. So I tried to open it up on a Notepad app on the new PC, and my daughter was standing here. She was going to bed, and she looked, and I pulled it up, and I was like, you want to take a look at my Tuesday top 5 notes that I typed up earlier? It was just symbols. Like,
oh no,
it was wild. So
you're about the freestyle.
Yeah, I'm gonna freestyle. No, they're here. I got them here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was able to translate it somehow back to English. Don't know exactly what I did, but yeah, that was interesting. I was like, well, I don't know what I forgot the descriptions that I wrote, but that's okay. We're here because it is Tuesday, and this happens, by the way, with Memorial Day, and then my kids are going to be off school. This happened to me last year.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was Tuesday for like half the morning, and I was like, oh, I need to come up with a Tuesday top 5. Forgot it was Monday yesterday. We talked about a show tonight. I forgot there's a Cavs game and we have a show. So this is going to happen now. This threw me off for like the first 5 weeks of summer, right? I didn't know what day it was for about 5 weeks because of the whole Memorial Day and then end of school thing. I was just off. So
then you just look up and you're like, it's Halloween.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then it snows, for.
Oh, it's up. All right. You're doing so good.
Okay, I said a word. I'm sorry. We're gonna get kicked off the air. Anyway, it's Tuesday. It's time for the Inside Edge Primetime Tuesday Top 5. And the most important thing, so food lists are very polarizing, right? And I said that we were going to stay away from food. We don't want to do food anymore.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we got a lot of things that are relevant right now, right? We got the Guardians. They're leading the division. We could look back at the top 5 maybe Guardians teams through the end of May. We could have done that. And maybe in the near future we'll do the top 5 Cavs analytical playoff wins. Maybe that's a top 5 list. We could have gotten into that. That was very relevant. But like I said, we're going to stay away from food. So, of course, in honor of Memorial Day, where we know that, obviously Memorial Day is about, paying, I guess, homage to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms here. And we do very, very, very much appreciate that here at the Inside Edge Network. And personally, I appreciate that. I know my family does. Eli, I know you and your family appreciate that as well. And that's what Memorial Day is all about. But with Memorial Day comes, you get a lot of cookouts. So staying away from food this week, we decided to do top 5 Memorial Day cookout foods because why not?
Why are you doing this to yourself?
I don't know. I have a problem, and this is my way to, I guess I can confront my issues here front and center. But I'm telling you that here's the thing. Every Memorial Day cookout absolutely needs 2 things, Eli. Somebody's got to be there wearing cargo shorts, right?
Yeah.
Way too much confidence, right? You're smashing the burgers. You're doing the thing. And one relative that goes, hey, these burgers are a little dry while holding a plate they personally just overloaded with potato salad.
yeah.
You can see it. The plate's starting to bow, and that's not even like a paper plate. That's a dish, and it's bending.
Papa Moon has a 2-scoop rule with the potato salad. I can't, if I would get his plate for him, because, I try to look out, be a good son, my dad's 59, celebrated 59 at the beginning of this month, May 8th. Okay. And, I try to bring him his plate, try to bring my mom, her plate, everybody their plate, because whoever's grilling, I try to run around and make sure they're good. And the one time I brought Papa Moon 1 scoop of potato salad, he goes, oh, so you think I'm not a Mick, huh? You think I'm not Irish, huh? I won't eat potato salad, huh? So I have like a 2-scoop rule with Papa Moon. He is that guy with the potato salad.
I thought the 2-scoop was a limit, but no, it's a minimum requirement. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Now, okay, that's okay. This is why I love Papa Moon. All right, fair enough. Eli, so in honor of Papa Moon, in honor of backyard grills, folding chairs, and one uncle exploding brisket like he's defending a PhD thesis, you know what happens. Here are the actual top 5 Memorial Day cookout foods, at least according to me. Let's start with, where should we start? I mean, we always start with number 5. Let's start with number 5. Let's do that.
All right.
Number 5. This is the healthy option that everybody claims they wanted, right? Right before they eat 3 hot dogs and a giant brownie that's like the size of a brick that's probably not staying there for a couple weeks. But listen, it's number 5 is fresh fruit, right? Like watermelon, strawberries, blueberries, whatever. You can even put it on the grill. Look at that watermelon on the grill. That looks so good. Watermelon is mandatory at a summer cookout, right? If there's not watermelon juice, well, look at the watermelon juice. That looks so tasty. But I've never done that before. That looks fantastic. But anyway, if there isn't watermelon juice running down somebody's arm onto a lawn chair, Eli, is it even summer? Like,
no,
that's Memorial Day kicks that off, right? So the strawberries and blueberries, they show up looking all patriotic, right? Like they personally worked for the American flag. And there it is, right? The Stars and Stripes salad there. And let's be honest, fruit at a cookout, one job, Eli. You know what it is? It's
what's
to help
that?
pretend that they had some balance, right? You finish it off with some fruit and you feel pretty good about it. So number 5 is the fresh fruit. You got to have it. It's a staple. It's not necessarily a main dish, so it was number 5. And honestly, for the rest of this list, I kind of went with it was main dishes versus like ease of consumption. And you'll see what I mean as we go along. Okay.
Understood. You know, I've never had grilled watermelon, but that looks phenomenal.
It looks so good. Yeah.
My goodness gracious. Oh man. And you know, yeah, fruit, you know, I remember like, so Memorial Day, like in all cookouts when my aunt was still here with us on this earth, her and my mom would trade off, like our families would trade off from who was hosting Memorial Day. And my goodness gracious, we would throw down no matter was at my Aunt Monica's house or my mama's house, you know, our house, we would throw down. And, you know, we'd even do the parfait sometimes. Like, you know, you have the parfait with the blueberries in there.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
oh, my goodness, the granola. And, you know, they make, like, the cakes with the fruit on it, like the strawberry. My sister now, I got to give her a shout out. Shout out my sister Maddie because she makes a strawberry shortcake. And I think that considers it's not necessarily the fresh fruit per se, but it's like pudding in there. Oh, my goodness. I hope you have some dessert on here, pal.
You know, no dessert. No dessert.
So you just made me mad now. Now I hate this list.
Well, that's fine. You can hate a lot of people hate a lot of my lists. And here's the thing. I never leave room for dessert. I can't, I don't have the self-control. You know, it's like when you go out to eat at a restaurant and the server comes over and they're like, did you save room for dessert? And I'm like, no. I mean, look,
that's funny. That's so funny you say that. I know we're gonna go over, so I gotta tell this story too while we're on the first. So we went out for Papa Moon's birthday. Again, shout out Papa Moon, 59 years old. Went out to a nice restaurant. Actually got to see my sister who works at the restaurant. And we had this great Italian, because you would have been happy. You would have been proud of me, bro. I had some great spaghetti and meatballs. Papa Moon threw down.
It's back on the screen here. Okay.
Yes, thank you. And Papa Moon looks at me. Hello, I'm back. We're back. And Papa Moon looks at me, you know, he's like, I don't think we're going to do dessert tonight. And I was like, yeah, completely. I understand. My sister comes back over to the table. She goes, you guys want desserts? You know, I was like, oh, no, I'm good, sis. Like, I appreciate it. I'm cool. I literally have like half my spaghetti and meatballs. Because as you find out, Chad, we've never sat down and had like, well, at Wink and Lizard, we had food and I did pretty good. I cleaned my clean plate club. But usually I got to,
by the way, yeah, I didn't give you a sticker for that. Good job, buddy.
I know. Thank you. But, you know, that moment, you know, I was actually surprised because usually I take like this night, I took like a quarter, if not half of this plate home. So I was like, I'm good. Pa's like, I'm good. Yes, Vince McKee, shout out Keon Sports, tuning in. He's been rocking with us, you know, recently. You know, he texted me. It was good to hear from Vince. I've known Vince for over a decade. So, you know, shout out Keon Sports. I'm doing their thing over there as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Vince. We appreciate you tagging along. A lot more to go here with Chad B's list. I just, from time to time.
Me too, by the way, Vince. Me too. Sorry, man. Me too. I'm sorry.
Yes. And we'll get back to the list here in a second. But yeah, so we get to the dessert, right? And Papa Moon's like, you know, I'm good. My sister comes out, like, you want dessert? He's like, no, I'm good. I appreciate you, you know. And she's like, tiramisu, and he's like, tiramisu. And so that's where I'm a little disappointed you don't have desserts on here. You know, you already kind of cat's out the bag, but you know what, Chad? This is your moment. I let you put this list together.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to steal your thunder. A little disappointed, but you're out to a good start. Let's see where you go from here.
Well, and listen, I mean, if we put the slide back up, like, what's not dessert about that fruit salad? Like, that is a summer cookout dessert, right? You throw a little whipped cream on top of there, boom, you got dessert.
I'm going to put it to you like this, pal. If you were at school still and you opened up your lunchbox and you had an apple in there, is that your dessert?
No, that's your fruit.
Yeah.
But if someone cuts your whatever that is into star shapes, then that becomes dessert. The minute that effort goes in, that's dessert now.
All right. I was number 4, pal.
Oh, let's just move on. Okay. So as I said, we're going to get it. It's like main dishes, ease of consumption. We got some issues going on. So there are some things that might, you know, throw you off a little bit. Number 4, I'm just going to put it up on the screen. It's barbecue ribs. Listen, ribs. Eli,
I love it.
I love it. Ribs and the barbecue sauce. Listen, ribs are delicious, right? They're messy. And somehow everybody, if you're at a cookout and you're eating ribs, it somehow turns every single adult into a cave person immediately, right? Like the second
Yeah.
you hit the plate, it's over. Manners disappear. So you got people making noises they've never made in public before, right? You'll see grown men standing just silently over a paper plate, grunting like they just discovered fire. I don't understand what happens, but ribs do that to you.
Rib ha ha ha, rib ha ha ha.
Exactly. And that comes into the ease of consumption thing. Also, no cookout host has ever just casually made ribs. You don't do that. If they made the ribs, they have to listen, you will know the exact smoker temperature, the rub ingredients, the wood chips they used, the exact emotional journey that they went on, how long they've been in this or that, the pressure cooker they soaked in something overnight. You will know every single detail about those ribs, more than maybe you should. But that is a thing. That's going to be a thing with your ribs at a cookout.
Yeah, I love that you just basically laid one entire slab of ribs over that fruit. It's like you could have 15 to 20 pieces of fruit, or you could have one slab of ribs. Take your pick. And that's why I think it trumps the fruit here for a moment. My goodness, barbecue ribs are phenomenal. Doesn't matter if you're doing the beef ribs, the pork ribs, whatever you want to do. I mean, sign me up. I love some barbecue ribs. And I mean, I'm blessed that the Moon women can cook. My mom, my sister, they can all throw down because it really don't matter who's cooking at this point anymore. I'm going to smash some good ribs. And yeah, this is like, I'm a little surprised, actually, this isn't higher on the list. I'm not going to lie to you. At 4, it's like, it's such a strong option, pal.
Yeah, well, grunt. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Actual words. No, it's ease of consumption. Like I said, I love ribs, but I don't know if I'm going to pick them up and walk around on an 85-degree day in the summer with like a half rack of ribs dripping off my face. You know what I mean? Like,
but you don't cut them up. You don't cut them up into like little, like, so at some of our parties, we'll cut them up into like 4 sections. Like you get 4 ribs, you take a few little bricks of them, and then you eat those and you come back. Yeah. I mean, so you're not walking around. I don't know what party you're going to, or you're just walking around with a half slab of ribs.
Well, it's like a Flintstones. You ever watch the Flintstones? It's like a Flintstones party. Yeah, just a whole half rack of ribs walking around.
Are you trying to call me young or something, pal? Are you trying to say I've never seen the Flintstones?
Inexperienced is the word I was going to go for there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll take it. All right. Number 3.
All right. Number 3. So ease of consumption. Like I said, it's going to look weird that this thing is above ribs. It's not necessarily like, hey, whatever we like to take. It's just, again, ease of consumption. You can throw this in a bowl. Some folks, we found out, have a 2-scoop rule when it comes to potato salad, right? And that's about 2 scoops, I think. I don't know how big that plate is. It's pretty zoomed in. There's a lot of stuff in that potato salad. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Potato salad's the veteran of the cookout game, Eli. I don't know. I mean, what it's survived generations of family recipes, right? Refrigeration risks. You get some mayonnaise in there. It's out in the sun all day. Whatever, eat it. It'll be fine. Or everybody's going to throw up. Everybody has, like, every family, by the way, has the potato salad, right? There's always one aunt guarding the recipe. Like, it's like, I don't know, a briefcase with the nuclear launch codes. And somehow every cookout includes one bowl that's incredible and then one bowl that tastes like the mayonnaise had a difficult childhood. But that's fine. Potato salad that's the only food where people will willingly say, oh, yeah, this has definitely been sitting in the sun for hours. Pass it over. Give it to me. No worries, right? 85-degree heat, mayonnaise, not worried about it. I can literally see the mayonnaise boiling. I'm still eating the potato salad. I don't know what it is, but there it is.
Yeah, 2 things. One you might not like. So I'll start with the one you don't mind.
Okay.
One, there's a little bit too. That's probably 4 scoops of potato salad, and probably we gotta watch.
Okay.
We gotta watch his carbs. So usually if he has a heavier first plate, like the 2 or 3 scoops, then he gets like a 1 scoop here. Like here's your like finale, and we split it up. It's still technically 4 scoops, but it's divvied up. You can't go 4 scoop potato salad, Papa Moon right off the rip at the beginning.
It's for your own good, Papa Moon. Don't.
It is. He's probably like, listen here, don't tell me how to eat my potato salad. But you know what? That's fine. 2, I hate potato salad.
Okay.
I hate potato salad. I hate mayonnaise.
I hate you. Hold on. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I hate potato salad. I hate the mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise.
Heavy mustard, right? Do you like mustard?
Yes, I like mustard.
You can do heavy mustard, but you don't have to do mayonnaise. You can do heavy mustard.
Yeah, but you said there's like chives in here and onions and dude, that just sounds like a mess. That sounds like the Cavaliers of 2025, 2026 to me. That's a mess.
You sound like a mess.
I sound like a mess. You literally
that's ridiculous.
You put potato salad over barbecue ribs.
Because I can't walk around with a half rack of ribs dripping off my face in the summer, but it's 85 degrees. Looking at those ribs made me physically start to sweat. How do you think I'm going to do eating them in the sun, Eli?
But you'll eat sun-waved potato salad?
Maybe. I don't know. How it doesn't. It depends on how. Hey, listen. If I haven't had enough of number 2 and number 1 on this list, and I don't mean number 2 and number like pooping. Anyway, if I haven't had enough of those two top foods, I should say, yeah, maybe I'll eat some sun-boiled potato salad. I don't know. We talked about it. It's fine.
I would take mac and cheese over potato salad.
That's fair. I get that. That's fair.
But I understand. It's your list, not mine. What's number 2, pal?
What is number 2? Number 2. So here we go. So listen, if potato salad is the veteran, if it's the James Harden, okay. Number 2 is it Donovan Mitchell? I don't know how we're doing this. Oh, hold on. We got a comment here. My wife says, "Do you like salad dressing?"
Like Italian dressing, yes.
Okay.
Vinaigrette, yes.
Okay.
French dressing, no. Ranch, no.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm a man with a palette of exclusivity.
Yeah, it may not be refined so much, but it's exclusive and it's yours. And Keon Sports says, I may be boring, but I would take mac and cheese over potato. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's fine. I get it. It's a personal preference thing. Macaroni style with some nice beans. All right, okay.
Okay.
This is why I said I wasn't going to do food anymore, Eli. Like, now I'm really hungry, man.
Yeah, I know, dude. Memorial Day was yesterday. Oh, corn on the cob.
Man. Corn on the cob was an honorable mention. I'll be honest.
And then you get the spray butter.
Oh, the spray butter.
Spray butter.
That way, if anybody gets too close to your ribs or your core, you can just spray them with the butter, right? You carry that. That's why you do that.
Yeah.
What about spin blend? My wife says. Do you like spin blend?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I defer to the other parties on that one. I want to look back into that.
We'll get you hip to spin blend before we get off. Well, not before we get off the show, but maybe when we get off the show.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the last 30 minutes of the show.
This got still off track. Every time we talk about food, something happens. Okay.
It sure does.
It's a good thing we have this time in between. Okay, number 2 is going to be, listen, it's the franchise player of the cookouts, hamburgers, right? They're reliable. They're consistent. They always show up when they're needed. So maybe not Donovan Mitchell. You can dress it up however you want. You can put cheese on it. You can put bacon, onions, mushroom. You can put 10,000 different sauces that nobody can even identify that all end up just tasting like barbecue. But at its core, it's still just it's simple. It's grilled beef, and it carries the entire holiday on its back, right?
Yes.
Every single grill master has exactly one burger that they accidentally turn into a hockey puck while loudly insisting, hey, this is well done. Who wanted the well done? Who wanted the char burger? Who wants the well done one? Yeah,
the char burger.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Dude, I'm not mad at hamburgers being 2, but you're eating yours with cheese, right? Like you're having cheese.
Well, yeah. Okay. For those maybe we have some lactose intolerant.
I know. I just want to get a vibe.
I wanted to make the list relatable, maybe a little bit polarizing, but also relatable.
Yes, I mean I'll eat a hamburger too. Like if there's there are cookouts that go burgers, brats, ribs, chicken, grill it up, and oh my goodness. Man. All right, so there's
do this.
There's barbecue that I go to that they do have the hamburgers and then cheeseburgers. So if that's like what's left, I'll eat a hamburger, whatever, for the second, third run too. I get you. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm okay if you have like the puck of oh my goodness. I'm okay if you have the puck, thrown on there for a hamburger, the frozen ones. I get it. What you really need to do though is like, pull out the ground beef.
Oh yeah.
Get it out of the pack, form those burgers and throw them on. It's the holiday. Treat the family right. You can get those hockey puck burgers another day, okay? Yeah. And I worked a little bit of time in the fast food industry. I'm telling you, there's not really anything great about a hockey puck burger that you throw on the grill for a few seconds and it comes to life like Frankenstein. So I think we need to keep with like the fresh ground beef if you're making your hamburgers. But yeah, not a bad spot here. Well, I'm curious. So what's number 1?
Well, we talked about it, right? We talked about maybe this list would consist of some side dishes and some main dishes, and ease of consumption was going to play into it. So I think, sometimes it can be tough. You think eating, hamburgers and stuff. But what about the ribs, right? That was tough. That's why they're number 4. Hamburgers, sometimes you got to take a bite to cook out and everything, shoots out the back, right? Maybe you put too many tomatoes on there, pickles or something that, kind of lubes it up a little bit. You take a bite and boom, there goes the whatever, right? Whatever your 10,000 sauces are that no one knows what they're. They go out the back and they're all over your cargo shorts. And now how do you flip burgers while you're wearing ketchup and mustard all over your cargo shorts? You can't do that, right? You look like an amateur. So I think that, hey, you got some, look at you. You got some play. Look at you.
Listen, pal, you know what? I've done a lot of things in the last decade.
All right.
Some things that come to light, some things that I'm a man of many skills. All right, a man of many skills.
But listen, I mean, did he put watermelon on the grill? That's the question, because we saw the watermelon on the grill in the first. You said no watermelon. So are you a mastermind, or are you just you're a professional, but not a mastermind yet until you've done the watermelon?
Yeah, I'm not an analytical genius like Kenny Atkinson, but I'm making my way. All right,
Hey.
Listen, don't defer to me. This is your list. What's number one?
Analytically, I've won every cookout I've ever been to, so it's fine. We got to get to number one. The number one food on the Memorial Day Cookout Foods top 5 list. Again, ease of consumption. It's the easiest thing to just cook up like in a massive amount on the grill, right? You just throw these on the grill and everybody's happy. Kids, adults, your pet might grab one. They're happy. Those it's not too hot, whatever, burn their mouth. It's hot dogs. It's the undisputed GOAT, right, of the Memorial Day Cookout. Hot dogs are undefeated, Eli, because they understand the assignment. No drama, no waiting, right? No knife required, nothing, no cutting ribs apart. Just pure grilled excellence and sodium and cholesterol. And a bun. They're the fastest food at the party, right? Somehow the first thing everybody wants. Kids love them. Like I said, adults love them. Pets love them. Even the person who said, I'm going to eat a little lighter today, somehow they'll end up holding 2. Like they're just carrying hot dogs around, one in each hand. You don't even need a plate. You just carry them around. They're fine. And nothing really captures the spirit of a cookout more than someone standing near the grill asking, hey, you got any more hot dogs left? The answer should always be yes.
Yeah, you should be cooking. If you're the grill guy that day, you should be grilling like you're cooking for the Nathan's hot dog eating competition on 4th of July. You should be ready to rock. These are like the quick, some people pick up a bag of chips. Like sometimes I grab a hot dog, just grab a quick bun, and get it on there and just walk around with a hot dog or two, and just take care of business. Yes, yeah, I sure did. That was a dark time in my life there, Mr. McKee.
I thought that was a different topic. QP, I was like, we're talking about something, but it's quarter pounder. I understand that.
Quarter pounders, yeah, man.
He agrees with me that hot dogs are number one. And for the first time in my life, Eli, instead of trouble from our program director or trouble from you or trouble from Autumn, I finally look at this. I get a great list. Thanks, Key. I appreciate you, man.
Well, Yes, we definitely appreciate Keon Sports again. Check him out as well. I've known Vince for over a decade. He's been great. I'm glad you brought this up. Do you like what the? I'm trying to watch them.
I do.
What?
I do. I don't mind if they stay on the grill a little bit too long, right?
But what's extra burnt? What is that definition?
Again, that's a matter of personal preference. I mean, that's personal.
Is that a char dog? Like, you're talking a char dog?
Like you closed the grill and left it on all night and woke up the next morning and they're dust. No, not quite that much. But if they got a little bit of burn on them, right? A little bit of
but that's not extra burnt. What is extra burnt? What does extra burnt mean?
That's your own personal preference, right? You can stand. That's the beauty of hot dogs. You can stand by the grill and go, because there's 41 of them on there and they all fit. You can go, I want hot dog number 33. If you go from the left, you know what I mean? And you can say that one's made to my personal taste. And you can take the one that's burnt to your pleasure.
Yeah, and here's the thing, is the comments are rolling in about that. I guess we got some discussion about extra burnt hot dogs. You see, by the word strawberries, that burn on that dog, that's my idea of extra. You don't want the whole backside burnt. You don't want to be. It's not like you're laying out on the beach. You got a beach where you can have the sun's out, buns out, and you don't want the backside burnt. You want to make sure you're good, man. That's ultimately where I'm at. But hot dogs, again, it's a staple. It should deserve to be number one. 4th of July, I know we're talking Memorial Day, but cookouts in general, 4th of July, they have the Nathan's Eating Hot Dog competition. I mean, they have stuff going on. I mean, this is, Chad, I don't have too many problems with your list. I think potato salad should be exiled from it, and barbecue ribs should be moved up. But 1 and 2, spot on. 5, you got to mention the fresh fruit. I think, pal, I don't think this is as bad as the list that I was expecting going in. So I'm actually I'm going to give you a B- B range on this list.
I'll take it. C's get degrees. I'm happy with that. So while we're in here and while we have hot dogs on the screen, I have to ask you, we still have a couple of minutes here. We went over. It's fine.
We have a couple minutes. It's almost midnight.
Somebody knocking on the door. It's fine. No worries. Let me ask you, since hot dogs, how do you eat your hot dog? Well, I know with your mouth, but I mean, what do you like on your hot dog? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, one thing I don't
that you can chime into. I'd love to hear.
Absolutely. We definitely want the participation on this. But here's the problem. One thing, you have Matt Wintz, our friend of the program, at Channel 3 WKYC. You have his enemy on one of those dogs, Onion. I can't believe you.
Yeah. Listen. This is about. Sometimes this show is about personal growth. We talk about mental health. sometimes you got to face your demons, and right there's onion, right? So
yes, yeah.
okay.
I like mustard. I'll put ketchup if I'm really like, okay, I'm really trying to dial this up, but I don't think ketchup needs to go on a hot dog. I don't think ketchup really has much of a place in the food world, to be honest
I'll
with
put
you. I
some
think
fries in it, but that's about it.
yeah, fries and stuff like that. So I just put some mustard on it. If we're getting crazy and we can have sauerkraut there, I'll put some sauerkraut on my hot dog.
Okay. All right.
And maybe every now and then sprinkle like some shredded cheese, like whether it's shredded cheddar or American or even the Mexican blend, taco blend, some people call it. I would even do that. But yeah, and I saw the comment. I'm gonna pull it back up here one more time. Replace potato salad with pasta for you. Like yes, absolutely.
Good
now
pasta salad's great. Yeah, that's great.
Now I'm gonna be honest. Again, here I am. Once again, telling you that I don't like tomatoes or like onions and stuff like that. So when it comes to my pasta salad, I only eat the noodles, the cheese, olives.
So no to tomatoes, but yes to olives.
Oh, black olives, green olives. Yeah, I'll smash
Black
some olives.
Are great. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And then you got cucumbers in there. I like that. And then the Italian dressing, obviously. But I'm a very plain Jane pasta salad guy. But yes, I would put my version of pasta salad over potato salad. Agreed.
Okay. Now we're gonna have to get this. I have a visual representation from AA on what exactly a burnt hot dog is. Okay. I don't know. Can we get it in here in time? Can we do that?
Yeah. Here, I'll do a stall real quick while you. Don't worry. We planned this. Don't worry. I got you. I can go do that.
No worries. That's
while
fine.
Chad's doing that here, we're gonna keep the screen up here. This reminds you, if you are a business out there that is looking for some advertising, some marketing, and wanted to join Cleveland's digital leader, the Inside Edge Network, now is the time to go ahead and invest in not only your company but also invest and partner with the Inside Edge Network. We have a lot of great options, and we love to help you promote your business, make it a stronger asset here in the community. And we love to talk. So when Chad and I come back to the screen, you can see both our handles. You can reach out to both of us. We'll get it directed to where it needs to go. Obviously, double Anthony Alford and the owner of the company, Peter Tellep. We are looking forward to working with a lot of great companies here in the city of Cleveland, across Ohio, and nationwide. So that is what we have for you. And of course, I love doing a nice mention while we have a ton of great food up there. Chad B, while we're talking about Chad B for a moment too, let me just remind you, he's 46 years old. So at the end of the day, he has a little bit more experience than me when it comes to cooking now. He's probably even been the grill guy a few times, I'd imagine. So you think about it.
I've been the guy in the cargo shorts talking about I know things. No, so listen, I want to say this. Speaking of assets, AA said plain hot dog, or if I'm on this is where assets come in, big back behavior, fries and barbecue.
Okay. Hey, fries and barbecue on the dog?
Man.
Dang, dude. Dude. Dang.
Look at this.
Oh.
Look at that.
Dude. I was talking about McKee, man. He once left me at a UFC event. We used to, work together, and Vince McKee, the birth of his second daughter, he had to go and run to the hospital, and I was sitting.
I wonder where they left you at I was wondering where. That doesn't sound like a good story, but okay, I got you.
Left me at the UFC. I had to call Papa Moon at like 3 a.m. He's like, I'm so sorry. But yes. Yes. My child was born. Yes, she sure was. And yes. Uncle E is definitely proud.
Great,
yes, both the entire McKees, they're great, man. They're great.
First of all, congratulations. I'm sure that was a great moment. At that point, I would definitely abandon Eli as well. Sorry, Eli. I'm gone. I gotta go.
Yeah, and as he said, oh, trust me, that story is mild compared to others. You're dang right, pal. Tabby, do we have that picture from AA, the visual representation?
Yeah, what's funny is I thought you were working on it for a minute, but I got it in here. Hold on one second. Let's bring this up.
Oh,
we're gonna get inside of it. So you can actually see our smiling faces. As we look at this hot dog. So there it is, from 1 to 7. Eli, where do you fall on the hot dog burnt scale?
I mean, none of these are actually bad. I'm just like, I guess I have some bad memories of some really bad cooks, when I go to other barbecues. Maybe that's what it is.
I mean, it shouldn't turn to dust when you take a bite of it. It's not that.
I feel like 7 is just gonna be too rubbery. Like
Okay.
it's gonna be like it's too much. 6 kind of concerns me. Like, why is there a hole in it? Like it's already like getting into the second layer there. I think like 5 is probably like my max. 5 is probably my max.
Okay. All right. Well, that's where key is. Fair enough. 5 all day. Okay. 5 all day every day. I like it. I'm about a 6 guy. I think I don't mind 7. Can't do 1 or 2. That looks like it hasn't really been on the grill long enough.
Dude, that looks Looks like a zombie finger, bro. Not to be
Yeah.
crazy for a minute.
Yeah,
Looks like a
no.
zombie
That looks like it would be cold in the middle. You don't want that. Double A said the Cleveland Guardians have hot dogs with Fruit Loops. They're much better than he expected. So if you want some cereal, if you're having a hot dog for breakfast, you might want to throw some Fruit Loops on it. Maybe some. If you're my age, maybe you go with I don't know, grape nuts or something, some old guy cereal. But whatever.
grape nuts. What are grape nuts?
They have nothing to do with grapes or nuts, which is very confusing. No one knows. I think they're gravel, honestly. Yeah, I think it's gravel. But it's good. Somehow it's very good. And it's
Okay.
fiber. You got to keep the fiber rolling through you when you're almost 50. So
absolutely. I'm curious.
5, 6, or 7. I think that's what she's giving me personally as my list here. I think it's a 5, 6, or 7 out of 10. So it's
yes. And I'm curious. I know we got a few minutes left here. Double A. If you could please, yes, constitutional. Double A, if you could let us know if it comes with Fruit Loops and more. Like what comes with it? Is it like like some cream cheese or something on there? Like what are they doing to like make that? Like how are the Fruit Loops sticking? You gotta have something.
Like a summer dessert? Is it like the hot dog in a bowl of milk with the Fruit Loops on it? Because that sounds terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds awful. I can't.
No.
Let's hope it's.
Well, hey Chad, you know what? We got one more here from McKee, and then we're gonna go ahead and pivot here. But he said mac and cheese on his hot dog. Yeah. Okay, brother. I'm hungry.
Yeah,
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry.
I am so hungry.
God,
this was a mistake.
God dang it, dude. I'm so hungry. All right. I think
that's Fruit Loops with the Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, Chad Bryan. I think that puts a bow on another Tuesday top 5.
Fair enough. What about Skyline? While we're talking about hot dogs, have you had Skyline?
Yeah, but that's like if you want to like clear out your digestional system, your digestive system.
Okay, all right.
Not always, bro. I mean, I can. It's like we have when they're like, yeah, we have McDonald's at home. Like we have Skyline at home, but it's actually like way better than Skyline. So
I actually kind of miss Skyline, man.
Unless Skyline
guy, man,
yeah, and unless Skyline, is listening and they want to become a sponsor of the network, then I love Skyline. Actually, I love Skyline. I love Skyline. Yes, wait, absolutely.
Oh no! Hold on! Oh no! Look at you! Look at you! At first, when he said Buffalo wings in Buffalo, my head went to a language. I was like, "What's Buffalo?" It's out of hand, man.
So they speak in New York. Buffalonian. All right, let's get to some final thoughts before we get kicked off the air. Always like, why did I let them go over 11? Why did I not just cut them? All right, final thoughts. Champion, do you want to go first or?
No, absolutely not. I am spent. You go. I got food over
all
here.
Right. Well, Double A chiming in with his final thought. Skyline is good.
Yes.
So,
see.
All right.
Finally my final something. Yeah.
My final thought, and we had a blast. Thanks for everybody chiming in, commenting throughout the Tuesday top 5. Yeah. I would say, it was good to hear from our buddy, Vince McKee. We've heard from him the last couple of nights. He's been chiming in. We thank him. We thank everybody for chiming in and sharing in the conversation. That's what it's about, too. We want to have your conversation. We can show the comments on screen. So we really want to get you involved, and we really appreciate you for chiming in. My final thoughts would be, hey, if you haven't heard from somebody that you've known for a while and you haven't talked to them, reach out. Whether it, you ended on good terms, bad terms, you just distance happen, whatever. Just reach out, man, and see what's going on with somebody. It's easier to forgive than to hold hate in your heart or anger or just be like, man, why haven't they hit me up? We used to be so cool. It's, a lot of times it's just people are busy, life is moving, and we lose track of what's going on with this big circle we move around, or sphere, or whatever you want to call it. So just reach out to somebody if you haven't heard from them in a minute. It's very important to just check on your loved ones, check on the people you haven't talked to in a while. Yeah, man, that's my final thoughts, to just check on somebody and tell somebody you love them.
My final thoughts are in line with this comment. Listen, if you know or you are a divorce lawyer out there watching, we have a friend that needs help. Just read the bottom of your screen. No, I don't know. That's not, whatever. You might need some help there. So my final thoughts are just, listen, don't limit yourself to 2 scoops of potato salad. If potato salad's your thing, pick up the whole bowl and grab a spoon and do your thing, man. Don't be shy at a cookout, right? We gotta have it. We gotta have fun. And also, if you want to send us food here to the Inside Edge Network, we're at PO Box. No, we don't have
we need one.
Hot dogs in the mail. I don't know if I trust this. It's number 7.
I mean, if it's extra burnt, yeah. I mean,
well, look at this. Strongly dislikes me, but she likes you. She loves you. So that's fine. No, I think I read too much into that. I'm kidding. I read too much into that.
Yeah. All right,
I don't know.
All right, bud. Let's put a bow on this before we get in trouble.
All
All
right,
right. That's gonna do it for us. We ran a little bit over. We told you we would, so we gave you the warning.
Yes,
But if
good
anything, that shortens the gap between us and Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. Again, it'll be a second stream, so you have to, make sure you tune in again. Click on it. And I expect everybody in here, and if I may have an expectation here, is that we all go and join Double A Anthony Alford for Unhinged Behavior for an hour, whatever you can. If it's West Coast, it's about 9 p.m. East Coast, of course, it's midnight to 1 a.m. But tune in. He's going to talk some more Cavs. He'll have some other reactions. He may ask Chad to stay because sometimes he does when it comes to the Tuesday top 5 list. He may ask Chad to stay. We'll see if we can keep Chad past his bedtime, and we'll get into all of that.
Man, I can't. It's too many times now. It's too many times.
Yeah, you're just Chad beat to the principal's office.
Again.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see if Chabby joins Double A for Midnight Run. Of course, I'll be behind the scenes producing the show as always. But so you make sure you stay tuned and the Inside Edge net for Double A Anthony Alford for Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. Of course, all of our great programming. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow all that great stuff. Inside Edge net on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all the socials. Hit the notification bell so you know we're going live. We do this every Tuesday top 5. We do this every weeknight. All the sports coverage and a bunch of other things as well. We talk about cutting the grass and. Well, you never know with us. And then, of course, InsideEdgeNetwork.com is where you're going to want to go. InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about the personalities, your favorite personalities like Chad and I and everybody else that does a tremendous job on the Inside Edge Network. I want to thank Double A, the program director, Anthony Alford, the program director of the Inside Edge Network, for giving us this opportunity to continue to bring you something different as Cleveland's digital leader and the owner of the Inside Edge Network, Peter Tellep. We appreciate him for supporting and doing everything he can to keep us rocking on air and doing everything. I appreciate both those guys. I appreciate our partners, which you can check out at InsideEdgeNetwork.com, W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, AliosFragrances.com, and Fanatics.com. We appreciate them because we couldn't do it without them, and we couldn't do it without you at home. So thanks, whether it was your first time, your 10th time, your 100th time, thank you so much. Go to InsideEdgeNetwork.com, read about your favorite personalities. Go check out the partners page, get some great deals, and of course, use the promo code at the shop. Get a windbreaker, a shirt, a polo, a hat, a mug. Oh my goodness, all the great stuff. Promo code Insider, 20% off your order until the end of May. If we get 10 purchases, Kyle Cornell will shave my head on June 1st on an episode of Unfiltered. Use that promo code Insider, 20% off your order. Rep Cleveland's digital leader from the ground up. We are rocking with you, bringing something different, and your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. InsideEdgeNetwork.com is where you're going to want to go. And where Chad B is going to want to go probably here in just a moment is bed, so Double A doesn't get him in trouble. So he's going to start running off there.
I'm cooking. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm going to make a full meal now.
If you're a grill wherever Chad's at, here's start up. It is Chad B. But we'll keep an eye on that. We're going to go ahead and sign off for today. We're back with you tomorrow, 10 o'clock, same place, same time, all that great stuff. We may go past 11. Sometimes it just happens like that. But we appreciate all of you for tuning in. Thank you. We could not do it without you. Seriously, thank you for rocking with us this entire evening. That's going to do it for everybody in the Inside Edge Network, for Double A Anthony Alford, the program director, Peter Tellep, the owner of the Inside Edge Network, for everybody that does a tremendous job in front of the camera, behind the scenes, for all of you out there watching, our tremendous partners, for Chad Ryan to my right, your right, I'm Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. So long for now. We'll see you tomorrow. Midnight Run coming up at the top of the hour with Anthony Alford. Let's get unhinged. See you tomorrow.
Let's eat.